The world's a dangerous place. Get the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. A laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way.
Broadcasting nationwide, this is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Your views, advice, and questions are the driving force of gun talk. Call Tom now at 866-TALK-GUN. That's 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Or reach out to us via email at tom@guntalk.com. Let us know what you think about the gun-related issues of the day. Now, here's Tom Gresham.
Oh, man, can we have any more fun than this? Getting together with a bunch of our friends and talking about guns and shooting and cool stuff. And I'm glad you could be with us. We get together here every Sunday. If you miss out, you can always catch up because we do put these shows on the web. You can go to our website, guntalk.com and /listen, and you can find the shows there. It's also available through, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Obviously, iTunes is one of the best ways. People download it through iTunes. So if you miss out, or if you're new to Gun Talk, you want to listen to some of the older shows, you might want to do that because no telling what you're going to find there. We may actually have said something interesting sometime last year. I'm sure we did at least once, so check it out. Our number here is 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN. If you want, you can join us over on Twitter. I'm at Gun Talk. Follow me there. And, of course, you can shoot me an email, tom@guntalk.com. We love to give away stuff. Just announced the winners, plural winners, of our console vault giveaway from last month. David R. in Ogden, Utah, Malcolm C. in Amarillo, Texas, and this month we're going to give away something seriously cool. Joining me to talk about that and actually make the announcement, Mark Gruney is from Ruger Firearms. Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Tom?
I am excellent. We're giving away a cool thing, actually several cool things this month. And this is a brand new one that people may not even be aware that you have in the line.
Well, 1964 was a very good year for birthdays, like 1022. Yes. So we've got this great 1022 grand prize giveaway and all sorts of prizes.
It's the 50th anniversary 1022 because it's 50 years, 1964, 2014. What is special about, how do you recognize the 50th anniversary rifle?
Well, there's actually a couple of them, Tom. We have every single 1022 that we're making in 2014 has a special receiver roll mark and a special laser engraving on the bolt. Those are cool. And they get their own special printed up box with all the anniversary graphics on it. That's every one we make. So you could say that every one we make is an anniversary model. But then, I don't know if you remember, we had the design contest a few months back, before the end of the year. That was a lot of fun. There were so many entrants, so many good entrants, and we had to whittle them down to the 10 finalists, and then there was voting. So it's the contest winner. That's what we're really calling the 50th anniversary.
So people got to design the 1022 for this. So what kind of features? What did you end up with your winner?
Well, we ended up with kind of like the best of our latest technology. So it really wasn't a throwback gun, which is what I thought it would be or should be, but good thing people don't listen to me because the public voted. So this is a gun that has the if you put a 1022 and a scout rifle and an American rimfire all together in a blender, and that's what you come out with. So it has the adjustable or interchangeable combs and buttstock modules from the American rimfire. So you can set it up for perfect peak weld or iron sight or scope, either way, and fit it for length of pull for a younger shooter, smaller shooter, or some of us supposed grown-ups it'll fit too. But it also has a nice long Picatinny rail on the top. Kind of looks like a scout rifle a little bit. So you can fit as small or as big an optic on it as you want. And we also stole the sight off the Mini 14 and off the scout rifle and put them on there as well. So you got a nice aperture, rear sight protected rear sight protected blade, front sight. So all in all, just a cool gun. All the best features that we've come out with the last a few years, kind of wrapped up in what we do.
Now, and we're giving one of those away, and it also comes with the 50th anniversary case, a T-shirt, a decal, sling, but then each week we're going to give away, each week we're going to have 5 first prize winners. I'm looking at this. This is very cool.
Yes.
5 winners every week, and they're going to get the tactical backpack, a 1022 50th anniversary T-shirt, and a set of 10 plastic stadium cups. That's a lot of winners. Now, let me ask you, Mark, the 50th anniversary design contest Ruger that we're giving away, is that also available for sale right now?
Not yet. It will be. We're hoping that will come out about at the NRA show.
Okay.
Everything is all ready to go. We're just we're waiting on the stock tooling. So it's ready to go.
Okay,
but,
so you're just
not quite yet.
We're ready to go, and we just want to pull the trigger, so to speak, but we're not quite ready to send it out the door.
Right.
Man. Well, that is going to be great. The 1022, of course, has sold like thousands of copies in 50 years.
yeah, thousands. And if you multiply the thousands times 1,000.
Times 1,000,
I think we're somewhere around 7 million.
7 million? Good grief.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. And is there anybody you know who's a shooter who doesn't have a 1022, and yet when you show them one of the new ones, they go, oh, I think I have to have that one too?
Yeah, there's got to be one or two in the country that doesn't have a 22, but we will root them out and make sure that
that's right. We're going to send them a Gun Talk slapogram. That's right. That's right. So what else you been up to?
Well, we're getting ready for NRA show. That's always a good deal. SHOT Show is all about, it's more about the business of, we have retailers and distributors there. But I like the NRA show better because it's customers.
What's open to the public?
Get right down and use our guns.
Yeah, and we're going to be actually doing gun talk from the Ruger booth at the NRA show. All righty.
All right. We're going to have a lot of fun,
aren't we? Fun. Yes, we are. I got a question for you, and I didn't prep you for this one, so I'm on your website. I like to cruise the website because that's probably the best way to find out what's new, what's changing, because you got all these distributor specials and things that are not in the catalog. Question for you: the Ruger number one of our favorite rifles. We just love the lines of it and all that. Has there been a change in the availability of cartridges? It seems like there are fewer cartridges available. Am I seeing that right, or am I just clicking on the wrong thing?
No, you've got it right. We do an annual changeover where there are 5 models of number one. The light sporter, the varminter, the medium sporter, the tropical, and connect. And let's say basically those differences are mostly in barrel cost, so not exactly
right.
Close. And then we do one caliber for each model per year.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay.
And that doesn't keep distributor exclusives from occurring from time to time.
Right.
Right. But these are the regular catalog items. What happened in the last few years that we have all these calibers offered, and it's very, very few of each one that is sold.
Right. I mean, I'm sure that's true. I always wondered, how could you possibly have that many SKUs out there with all these different calibers? This makes more sense. Now, I'm looking right now, for instance, if somebody wants the 280, you better grab it because it's being made this year.
That's right. And, admittedly, last year we had a little bit of trouble making a few of them because the calipers were kind of scarce. We had a hard time getting foot loads. So we ended up starting early this year, making up for it. So early in 14, we made some of the last of the 13. So we wanted to be fair to everyone.
And the number one is one of the great rifles of all time. I mean, it just is a fabulous rifle.
Yeah, and if your listeners haven't shot one, it's the most satisfying way to shoot, where you drop that lever and the block drops out of the way and drop in around one at a time. It's almost a zen thing. I just love shooting them.
It really is. It's just fabulous. And, of course, we're waiting for the return of the 44 carbine semi-auto, which, of course, will come out like, who knows. But I'll just join the ranks. It's when you go to NRA, that's going to be the question you get probably more than anything else, right?
Yeah, actually, that ties back pretty well to the 1022 because, interestingly enough, you could argue that the 1022 is one of our most popular guns, if not the most popular gun over time. And it was Bill Sr.'s. It wasn't his favorite. It was like his least favorite. And he originally designed it kind of as a trainer for the .44 carbine, an understudy.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
And he thought it was, it's okay. It's a little clinker, kind of a kid's gun.
Yeah.
So he was right in so many things that he did, but I think he underestimated a little bit. Here we are 50 years later.
I think sometimes we think this is going to be good, but you have no idea. Now, because I know how Ruger works, you don't just wait and announce everything at one time. When you have something new, you go ahead and release it. I also know that you can't tell me, but is there any possibility we might see something new introduced at NRA?
No, I can't tell you. Oh,
just killing me,
but
McFly.
I can tell you, we have a never-ending stream of new products, all being worked on. We have engineers night and day burning the midnight oil. We're trying so hard to get new products up and running, but we have a pretty strict jury testing process. When the engineers say they're ready, we make guns and put them out to other people in the company and have them tested. And our CEO almost likes to, is almost proud of this, that we've never had a gun get 100% out the door right away. Something comes back, it needs a little fix.
Right.
So we try to be very thorough in our designs, and we also try to have a good quantity on the shelf in the box ready to go when we announce.
Okay. And the website's still the best place to find information, whether it's on new products or recalls or anything. The website's going to be the latest updated info, right?
Yeah, we work hard to keep that up to date all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got our Gun Talk Ruger giveaway going on, and all you got to do is go to guntalk.com/win to get there. Mark, I appreciate it. We'll be seeing you actually probably a couple of times in the next few weeks.
Always a pleasure, Tom. Thanks for having me.
All right. Listen, you take care. Mark Gruney from Ruger.
You too.
Good stuff. Go to Ruger.com. You can see what they're up to. They've got actually got a recall that you might want to check out, a 5.56, but it's the VT, only the VT model. Check that out. All right, what would you like to see Ruger make? 44 Magnum, bring back that semi-auto, obviously. 866 Talk Guns. In fact, what would you like to see the gun makers bring back that they dropped somewhere along the line? Not just Ruger, but anybody. 866 Talk Gun will get you in here. I'm Tom Gresham, and this is Gun Talk.
A great trigger can make you a better shooter. For over 60 years, Timney triggers have been trusted by hunters and shooters everywhere. Timney triggers are proudly made in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. Installation is easy. Give yourself the Timney Trigger advantage. To see more and order online, go to timneytriggers.com. That's TIMNEY triggers.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Gresham. For more than 40 years, I've been watching an environmental disaster in my backyard, and it actually impacts all sportsmen in America. I'm talking about the massive loss of land on the Louisiana coastline. The U.S. Geological Survey said the swamps and marshes of coastal Louisiana are among the nation's most fragile and valuable wetlands. That land is disappearing. The Mississippi River Delta hosts as many as 10 million ducks and geese every winter. These are birds which migrate northward through the states, all the way to Canada. The wetlands of the Delta support some of America's best fresh and saltwater fishing. And here's the deal. The wetlands of the Mississippi River Delta are disappearing at a rate of 1 football field every hour. 1 football field every hour. Gone. We can reconnect the river with its wetlands and restore the Delta, but we need your help. Please visit vanishingparadise.org. That's vanishingparadise.org.
There's a rise in home invasions in America, and you need to be ready. Ready to protect yourself and your family. The bedside backup from Crossbreed Holsters keeps your gun at your bedside, ready to go. It also folds flat for easy storage and travel. Take it with you and use with any hotel bed. To see more, go to crossbreedholsters.com. That's crossbreedholsters.com. The bedside backup is not a child safety device.
It's great to make something with your own hands. When you reload, the whole family can get involved, including breaking more targets and bagging more birds. Mech reloaders have been the center of family activities for generations. Plus, you can save money and stock up, even when there's nothing in the stores. 10, 12, 16, 20, 28, and 410. Any gauge. Get started reloading. Visit mechreloaders.com. That's MECreloaders.com.
Thanks for being one of the 100 million gun owners in America who support Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Even if you don't want to be on the air, you can still email Tom with your questions or concerns at tom@guntalk.com. Now, back to Gun Talk.
Talk about guns that the manufacturers have stopped making. And it's funny, people always say, well, why did they stop making that? And there probably are really more than one reason. I mean, I've always said, well, there's only one reason, but actually sometimes there are more than one reason that they drop a gun. But for the most part, the reason that somebody stops making a gun is because it just didn't sell enough. Hard to imagine that with the 44 semi-auto, the 44 carbine for Ruger. It may be that it was just difficult to make. They had to drive the price up too high for it. I don't know. Another one is the rifle that I used to shoot my first deer with when I was 11 years old, a semi-automatic, terrible, in .308. Ooh, big caliber. Yes, a semi-automatic .308. Like that's the hottest thing going right now, right? Everybody wants their ARs, AR-10s. But this was the Winchester Model 100. It was a really cool gun. It actually looked a lot like the Ruger 44 carbine. Long wood stock, detachable box magazine, and .308. And they dropped it, and it hasn't been made, 30 years now, maybe. But I have a real good report that somebody's going to bring it out again. They're making the 88, the lever action. We'll have that announcement before too long, and he says he's going to be able to do the Model 100. That's going to be seriously cool. Very nice-looking rifle, very attractive rifle. What guns were dropped that you wish you could still get? 866 Talk Gun, or maybe one that you just wish they would make, something, obviously we occasionally get the 32s, the 327s. Would you be interested in some of those? I mean, people don't buy them a lot, but still. Let's go to line 3. Don's with us out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Hello, Don.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm good. You got yourself a short shotgun?
Hey, I just wanted to tell you a funny story, man. I've got an H&R Little Partner youth model.
Okay.
Finest shotgun I've ever had. It's got a 20-inch barrel, and I go out and I shoot trap with that.
Really?
I've had the opportunity to work a long time in Wyoming, and we'd go out there every Thursday after work and we'd shoot trap. And the funny part was when you went to the range, before they chose the squads, you'd have to clear your weapon and put it on a rack.
Right.
Well, my little shotgun wasn't tall enough to sit in a rack, so I'd be like, could I just break her open and put her on a picnic table? And they'd look at me and be like, really? You're going to shoot with that? And I'll be like, yep. If I catch them coming out of the house, I've shot 18 with that little bad boy.
Of course, they're using these trap guns with these long barrels, and you got this little bitty single-shot break action, which looks like a kid's gun.
Basically, it is, but it's the finest little shotgun I have ever owned, honestly. And I've shot 25 with an 870. I've shot 25, but I've shot 18 with that little bad boy. You got to catch them right out of the house. So
I was just going to say, you can't let them get away from you. You got to jump right on.
There you go. But don't try and put it in the rack. It's too short.
That's right. You need an extension or put your shell bag underneath it so that the barrel will actually rest on that upper part of the gun rack. I can just see that image right now. Hey, Don, thank you for that call. I appreciate that. Funny story. Line 1, John, Van Buren, Arkansas. 7mm08. You got one or you're trying to buy one?
Well, I've been reading up on 7mm08. I've been kind of interested in all the information I've been reading about They're excellent caliber. What's your opinion on the 7mm odd 8?
All right, tell me what you want to do with it. What are you going to hunt, and what kind of rifle are you thinking about getting?
Well, it's going to be a bolt action, and I'm going to deer hunt with the whitetail deer.
I got to tell you, I don't think there is a better whitetail deer cartridge made than the 7mm08. It outperforms the 308 in many, many circumstances. It has less recoil than the 308, although 308 doesn't kick much. You got a fantastic selection of bullets in 7mm, either loaded or in hand loading. I just think the 7mm08 is a perfect place for that. You can use heavy bullets, you can use light bullets. It's a great rifle. And I will tell you this, I would use a 7mm08 on any game animal in North America short of grizzly. Now, it'll kill a grizzly, but I wouldn't go hunting one with one. I'd want something bigger. But moose, elk, absolutely no problem whatsoever. 7M08 will take care of everything.
Now, what's the smallest weight grain of bullet you can go down? Because also maybe I'm looking at maybe doing coyote hunting too.
There are some varmint bullets, and I would, without checking online, I'm not sure. I'm thinking in the 130 grain. You may be able to get lighter than that, but I have to check. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to Double Tap Ammo, doubletapammo.com. Also, Barnes & Nosler, see what they have in the way of varmint loads for the 7mm08. If you just do a little checking around, I guarantee you'll find what you're looking for. But that should be just like a bolt of lightning on coyotes. That would be great. And see, if it were me, I would get me a little lightweight, almost like a mountain rifle in 7mm08, maybe with a 20-inch barrel. They've got 18-inch barrels, but I would probably go with a 20-inch and a lightweight rig. I just think I'd like to get that little bit of extra velocity. I'm always trying to get a little bit more velocity. So there you go. It's a great choice. As you can tell, I love the 7mm08. 866-TALK-GUN. What gun did they stop making that you wish you could still get? Just give me a holler.
Tom Gresham's Gun Talk is broadcast nationwide every Sunday. If you can't hear Gun Talk where you live, call your local talk format station and clue them in on Gun Talk. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. Now broadcasting nationwide on radio, via satellite, and through downloads, iTunes, the Gun Talk app, and other podcast clients. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
I had a funny thing happen this week. I was in Cody, Wyoming, went out there to shoot video for the Gun Talk television show. And we were at the Cody Firearms Museum, and we're running around. There's not a lot of people out there this time of year, so the museum is not very crowded. It's a great museum, by the way. And we're moving lights and cameras and moving from one location to another in the museum. And I hear this voice behind me says, Tom Gresham. I turn around and it's a gentleman, I don't recognize him. He says, I was just listening to you. I said, what? He says, yeah, I just listened to the podcast. We were actually listening to the part about Cody Firearms Museum. That's why we ended up coming here. I said, well, that's interesting. So he just showed up there and caught us while we were shooting all of our video there. Those segments, by the way, will start showing up. The new season for Gun Talk and for Guns and Gear, our two television shows on network TV, start in July. That'd be the start of the third quarter. We'll give you more information as we get closer to that. All righty, let's go to line 2. Dallas is in Jasper, Wyoming. Speaking of Wyoming, hello, Dallas.
Hi, Tom. Thanks very much for taking my call, and I absolutely love your show.
Oh,
fabulous. One of the calibers that I wish they would bring back and would be more popular is the .264 Magnum. I think somebody might still be making it, but it certainly isn't as popular and didn't take off like I thought it would.
It did not, but Dan, have you heard about what Nosler's doing? They've got kind of a new version of that called the 26 Nosler.
No. Interesting.
Yeah, it's about 200, maybe 300 feet per second faster than the 264 Win Mag, and using the same bullets, of course. So the 26 Nos are we just got in a rifle for it. I don't think we have any ammo for it yet. It's that new, but we'll be doing some things with that on the TV show.
Neat. I'll be listening for that and watching. Also, I missed part of the segment on the Ruger. It sounded like you had a Ruger representative there. I was wondering if they're going to come out with the 17 Super Mag anytime soon.
Ah, you must be at a shooting range.
Pardon me?
Yeah, I'm guessing you're at a shooting range. I think I hear shots going off behind you.
I am at the shooting range, and it was really quiet. I'm inside, but then it got real loud. Yep, that's exactly where I'm at.
Well, that's a good place to call Gun Talk from. All right, that'll work.
Absolutely.
The 17 Winchester Super Mag is 3,000 feet per second with a 20-grain bullet. It is considerably faster than the 17 HMR. I don't see anything on Ruger's website yet about them chamber. And here's the problem. And Mark wasn't actually trying to be cute or anything. Because Ruger is a publicly traded company, there are very strict laws about them announcing, releasing, leaking any information about their new products, because the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, gets real nervous about that, and they send people to jail for things like that. So when he says, I can't tell you, he's not kidding. He really can't tell me. So we have fun. I always ask him. He says, nope, still can't tell you until it gets announced. But here's my guess. I'll bet you they're going to announce one or more things at the NRA show, which is coming up in just a few weeks. And so when that happens, and we'll be broadcasting the radio show from the Ruger booth at the NRA show, we'll have that news for you. But I'll make it a point to ask. The Winchester 17 Super Mag is a really interesting caliber. Savage, I think, is chambering it. I'm not sure. There's a couple of others, but I don't think Ruger has it yet. But as soon as I hear anything, I'll put the word out on it. So I appreciate that.
Fabulous. I'd much rather have a Ruger, and I think it's going to be a huge hit. And I have the 17 HMR, and that 3,000 feet per second for prairie dogs, and I think it's going to be a great gun.
You can actually sight in an inch and a half high at 150 yards. You're no more than, your sight directly on at 150 yards. You're no more than an inch high short of that, and you're only 2 inches low at 200 yards, so you can hold on all the way out to 200 yards on not just prairie dogs, but even ground squirrels. That's phenomenal. So it's a really interesting caliber. I cannot wait to shoot one of those, so I appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's go down to we lost Grant. Hey, wait, Grant came back. Cool. On line one, Grant's with us out of Kansas. Hey, Grant.
Yes. Really enjoy your show. I listen to it every chance I get on KFRM out of Salina. I've got a technical question I'd like to ask.
Sure.
A friend and I built a 300 Winchester Magnum about 20 years ago on an old U.S. Enfield 17 action. No, P14 action, pardon me, on a P14 action. Okay. And we put a 26-inch barrel on it, number 4 contour. Mm-hmm. And it's never fired a factory shell. I've worked out several loads, and I see no pressure signs in them. We molly-coat our bullets, but I consistently, on a chronograph, get 200 foot per second above what manuals show. Load manuals. Are we making a dangerous load? I mean, we see no pressure signs. I've had no problem in all these years.
Well, let me ask you this: Are the loads? Have you exceeded the published data loads for powder charge?
We're within a half a grain on most of them.
Okay, you're probably okay then. There's two things going on here that may be helping you get more velocity. One is you got 26-inch barrel, and some of those, the data is pulled from 24-inch barrels for those load manuals. So you're going to get probably another 50, 100, well, actually you're going to get another 100 feet per second out of that. But the other thing is there's just enough variations in barrels some barrels are faster than others, weirdly enough. And so if you've got a good barrel and the tolerances are just right with your loads, it's not at all unusual to have something that is going to shoot faster than other loads. So I think you're absolutely going to be okay with those. I mean, you've been shooting it for a while, not seeing any pressure signs. You got a long 26-inch barrel. You're shooting moly-coated bullets in it, so you slicked up the barrel. So, man, just relax, celebrate, high five. You got you a fast-shooting gun. 300 Win Mag. Also, for those who don't know, one of the more accurate calibers out there. So if you're looking for a 30 caliber Magnum and you want accuracy, it's really, really hard to beat the old 300 Win Mag. It is a great cartridge. 866-TALK-GUN. Give me a range report. What have you been shooting and how do you like it?
When your front door gets kicked in, the gun in the bedroom may be too far away. A wall safe from Console Vault keeps your gun secure and out of sight, but ready. Visit CONSOLEvault.com.
One machine, one operator. Each machine is run by a single pair of hands. Hands that spend all day, every day, learning the machine inside and out. We don't believe in quotas. The point is crafting faultless ammunition, no matter how long that takes. It's not quick or easy. Being the best never is. Black Hills Ammunition. It started with our hands.
The XDM 3.8 Compact from Springfield Armory is 2 guns in 1. Use as your concealed carry gun with a compact magazine and use the extended magazine for home defense. Carry 13 rounds of 9mm in the compact magazine and a whopping 19 rounds in the extended magazine. To see the entire family of Springfield Armory XDM pistols, go to SpringfieldArmory.com. That's SpringfieldArmory.com.
Looking for shooting instruction but don't know where to go? Well, we have it, and you can access hours of training and safety videos, which you can watch on your home computer. On GunTalkTV.com, we have top competitive shooters, the best in self-defense trainers, and folks who have hunted all over the world, helping you learn which gun to buy, how to use it, how to store it safely, and everything else you need to be a safe and competent shooter. We also have gun makers showing off their newest rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran shooter or a complete beginner, you'll find what you need at GunTalkTV.com. You can check it out for free, and you can get full access for only $5.95 a month. That gives you unlimited access to hundreds of videos, and we're adding more all the time. Run the videos over and over to make sure you understand what's being said. Skip around. You're in control. Get smarter. Shoot better. Visit GunTalkTV.com.
Traveling with your handgun? The gun transporter from Console Vault protects your gun with plate steel, high security lock, and retractable tether cable. Accessible but secure. Visit CONSOLEvault.com.
Got gun talk? As we've said for years, be sure and say thanks. Call your local station, or if you see them out and about, let them know you appreciate your gun talk. As for the version we won't broadcast, stick around and participate in the Gun Talk After Show. If you're on hold, tie a knot and hang on a little longer with the Gun Talk crew. Tom, Jim, Michelle, Michael, and you. We'll tackle stuff we don't cover on the airwaves. Speaking of the airwaves version, though, here's Tom.
Shouldn't have done that. Should not have gone to the Ruger website and clicked on the Ruger number ones. That was a mistake. Oh, man. I love number ones. They're single shot, falling block, Farquharson style actions. And what you get is a rifle with any given barrel length that's about 4 inches shorter overall length than a bolt action rifle, because you don't have that section of the receiver with a bolt. So the cartridge goes to the end of the barrel and you don't have a bolt or reciprocating action, anything like that. So even with a 22-inch barrel, they're really short. And even when you go all the way out to a 26-inch barrel, they're short. And now they have the International, that's with the Mannlicher stock, the long stock, and 257 Roberts. Oh, man. Also, they got a special with the folks from Lipsy's. I did not see this. A 45-70 with a 26-inch barrel, that's very cool. Man, they're doing a lot of weird, fabulous stuff. I just love what they do there. The number one is just one of those buy it and hold it the rest of your life because they're that good. And if you find, and I don't know if you caught it, but what Mark Gruney said earlier in the hour was what Ruger's now doing is in each of the models, the 5 models, they have only one caliber available per year. And then they're going to change that caliber out. So if you look at it like this year, under the light sporter, they've got a 280. Well, don't wait till next year because the 280 is not going to be there. They'll chamber it in something else. So if when you find one you like, you better jump all over it because it's going to change. So that's what they're doing these days. Line 3, Willie is with us out of Homer, Alaska, down on the Spit. Hey, Willie.
How you doing today there, Tom? Good to talk to you. I like my number one. We've got a 308 edition of it, but I really love my Ruger number 3. I wish they still had them on the market.
Yeah, the number 3 was just a humdinger. You pretty much got to just go to the used market for those. So
I know. I've harvested everything from moose to brown bear, black bear, elk, all here in Alaska with that 45-70. It's just a wonderful gun, but you're getting old.
But now, let me ask you, when you're hunting with your 45-70 and a Ruger number 1, are you hand-loading that up so you can bring the pressures up?
In my Ruger number 3, I do a little bit.
Your number 3, yeah.
Yeah, I've switched in the past years to that big bore stuff. It's entirely adequate for everything I've ever used it on. And my whole focus is to get up a little close and personal. I'm not a real long-range guy. And that 45-70 in the Ruger number 3 is the best I've ever... I mean, I own 100 other guns, but that's the one that's in the truck every hunting season.
But they're so short and light. They're fabulous to carry around. They're short and light and handy and accurate and hit like a ton of bricks, and they're just great guns. I love them.
You pull them off the scabbard on a horse or a four-wheeler, it's right there. You're all ready to go. But I wish I could get a reason why the Ruger fellows, they discontinued them. But anyway, it's good talking to you.
I appreciate the call. Yeah, in my list of guns I never should have let go is a Ruger number 1 26-inch barrel in 270 Weatherby. Holy cow, that was a fast son of a gun. I killed several antelope with that out way out there. But the 270 Weatherby is a very fast cartridge anyway. And then stick it at a 26-inch barrel, and you don't have to have an extra long gun. No, that's a Ruger number 1. That's not a lefty. That's an ambi. Those are single shots. So that's the other thing that's beautiful about it. You got a tang safety on the top, and it is completely ambidextrous. And besides that, they're just beautiful pieces of work. I don't want to jinx anything, okay? I'm just going to say this, though. Gun companies do what gun companies do. And we have in the past had situations where we're thinking, yeah, I need to get one of those, and all of a sudden you turn around and go, what do you mean they're not available anymore? Don't know, don't have any idea. I'm just telling you, and this is true not just of the number 1, but any gun out there, if you're thinking, I really would like to have one of those. Well, I'm here to tell you, you really should go ahead and buy one of those, because it has happened to me, just happened to our last caller, where the Ruger number 3 is no longer in the line. He sure wishes it was there. If you find one that you think, that would just be a great gun to have, figure out a way to get it. If you got to sell some guns you don't really care about, or do a little extra saving, or cut back somewhere else, just get it, because really good guns, the number 1 being a good example, but really any of them, really good guns last forever. They don't, however, exist in the line of the manufacturer forever. And I'll guarantee you, there's a lot of us out there who think, man, I sure wish I could buy a Winchester Model 100. I wish I could buy a Ruger 44 carbine. I wish I could buy the guns that have been dropped out there. So when you see it and you like it and you think, I really want to own it, I can tell you from personal experience, it's a mistake to say, well, in a couple of years I'll get that. It may not be there when you're ready.
Join the NRA via Tom Gresham's Gun Talk website and receive $10 off the regular membership price. Log on to guntalk.com for details. You're listening to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. because we're wrapping up on the air doesn't mean we're done talking about guns. Stick around for the after show. It's our podcast-only version designed to include all the stuff we simply couldn't fit into a regular show. Call in now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, back to Tom.
All right, back with you here. Yeah, look at this Ruger number 1. They are gorgeous. If you've never seen one, you got to go look at it. What a beautiful piece of work those things are. Let's see, line 4. James is in Mesa, Arizona. Which one do you want to see brought back, James?
It'd be the Savage 250 3000.
Would you now? Are you talking about bringing it back in the original Savage 99 lever action?
Yes.
Yeah, how sweet.
With the
250
rotary magazine.
Yep. Rotary magazine, not the detachable box magazine, the rotary magazine. That was the one that was so slick.
Yeah. My wife, when we got married 45 years ago, she used her great-grandfather's 250 3000 deer hunting. And we just now got it back in our hands. And I was looking at it just now, and it has about 90% of the bluing. And the wood on it is just almost the way I would put it out of my wood shop. And I've been trying to get ammunition for it, and it's tough.
We might be able to help you out with that. I tell you what, I'll look in just a second, see if I can find that. But 250 3000 Savage, 87 grain bullet going 3,000 feet per second. That's where they got it. The 250 25 caliber bullet going 3,000 feet per second. I'm going to check and see if maybe the folks at Double Tap Ammo have loaded that, but I'll check on that. But yeah, and never let that rifle get out of your family. That is such a fine rifle. And if you do, call me because I'll take it. Okay, done deal. So those are great rifles. Let's see. I do want to get in. Oh yeah, Mark on line 3 in Shreveport, Louisiana. Hello, Mark.
How you doing, Tom?
I am good. What's happening?
I have a question. When was the action of the Ruger number 1 designed?
It originally came out in 1966. It was one of Bill Ruger's pet designs because he was very much a historian. So it has been in the line since 66. Have you ever had one?
Yes, I've got one. The reason I was asking is I thought it was actually kind of a knockoff of an older design single shot.
Well, I mean, it looks like the Farquharson falling block design. It definitely borrowed from that, which would have been more than 100 years old. It's kind of in the category of the Browning, the high wall, low wall, some of the other old style single shots, but it's very rugged. And they chambered it for very powerful cartridges, so you can really load it up. Like, for instance, if you had one in a 45-70, instead of using those little light loads like you have to use for lever actions, you can use some seriously stout loads for those. So it's a great design. It's so strong and slim and trim, and they feel good, and they're made so well. And yeah, I know I go on and on about it. Part of it's because it's a lost love. I let one of them get away from me, and I wish I hadn't. So, but I do have a couple of them. I've got a 257 Roberts, and I've got a 7x57, and both of them are fabulous. So, if you get a chance to pick one up, go to a store, look at it. You'll get it. It's one of those. I'm looking right now just to let everybody know. James in Mesa, Arizona. I'm going to find out if Double Tap Ammo will load up some 250 3000 ammo. Mike, he does a lot of interesting stuff over there, and he might just do a special run for us. So we'll find out. If I find out, we'll put it out on the after show. If you want to call us right now, you can. We'll get you on. You can ask your question or make a comment during the after show. 866-TALK-GUN. Call right now, and you could be a part of something that's pretty darn cool. And also make a note to be sure to download it and listen to it. The only way you can hear our after show, you can get it off of iTunes or go to the website, guntalk.com/listen. Go out and do some shooting. Be safe. Take somebody with you.